fourth time doing this video. Jesus Christ. Okay. Whatever. We're just not gonna act like we haven't done this multiple times in the middle of the night, ruining my sleep schedule once again when I know I have to be somewhere. Well, I have to be there at 6. I'll be fine. Okay. What is up, you guys? It is Jordan, and welcome back to Jordan Whatever, bro. And where have I been? I am the female version of Corey Kitchen. Which is funny because today is August 9th, and yesterday Corey just uploaded coming back to YouTube. So I guess I really am the female version of Corey Kitchen. And I do the exact opposite as him. I lose subscribers instead of gaining them whenever I leave. I'm sorry. Where have I been? So I had a good editing app going, and I was like going with the flow. And then the app just like all of a sudden was like, this isn't free. You got to pay for it now, sis. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm broke. And so I used another app, which is the Moon Knight app, which was the one that I did for the Moon Knight reaction. If you saw that had a humongous water filter, pissed me off. And I was also going through school, and I had so much stuff going on, and I was just like, I can't. I probably would have kept going if I had kept the same app, but the second that app disappeared and I had to do the one with the humongous water filter, I was like, I don't want to do this. So we're trying this one now. And there should be like a little water filter here or here, you know, not that big in your fucking face. And so we're trying this again. I'm just hoping, I'm praying. I'm sorry, guys. I know I keep leaving. I really am sorry. I'm trying to get a stable thing, but I can't promise anything. It's my senior year. I'm about to go back to school. It's my senior year. I'm going to have quite a bit on my plate. But we're going to try. We are going to try. Anyways, today, what are we doing today? Well, today I'm going to be doing a review, ? I'm going to be doing like a review on the Marvel show. We're doing a review on the Disney Channel Marvel show, Ms.Marvel. Woo! So, I say review ? Because I'm doing a review on the show, but I'm also doing a review on the fans review, because this show was like dragged through the mud. Like, this show is not liked. People are like, it's their worst show yet. This is terrible. This is bad. And this is gonna, this video is also like kind of gonna lead up, because I'm planning on doing like a Marvel video where it's gonna be like phase 4. It's gonna be like Marvel, like it's gonna be like a review on phase 4 and how my review on the fans review on Marvel's phase 4 and where it's going from there and what I think is gonna happen. And this is gonna be part of that because, you know, Ms. Marvel is in phase 4. I don't exactly know how I'm gonna do that video yet. I don't know what the video is gonna be called. I don't even know what this video is exactly gonna be called. But it's going to be a review on Ms. Marvel. It's going to be my idea, my review, and then like the fans' review and my like opinion on the fans' opinion. And I just want to start off by saying, I did not think Ms. Marvel was a bad show. I thought was at least an okay show. At most, a good show. I'm not going to call it a great show. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to call it a great show. It was not great, but I did enjoy myself. And that's the main key I think I should have. Did I enjoy myself? And the answer is yes, I did enjoy myself. However, I think the show could have been better. I also want to start this off by saying, please do not send hate to the actors in these shows. Leave that girl, the girl who plays Kamala Khan, leave her alone. I feel so bad for her because I know she was probably so excited to like represent, not only being a Marvel show, since she's like a humongous Marvel fan, but represent for her people. And then it's like the show is getting dragged. Like I know that must feel terrible. And I feel bad. This is one of the reasons I've been redoing this video quite a lot, because I don't want to drag this show because I don't think it was bad, but I don't think it was good. I think it needs work. That's probably what this video is going to be called. Ms.Marvel needed work. And then it's going to be like Ms.Marvel review. Yeah, I think that's what this is going to be called. But this is just my review. These are just my opinions. This is what I think. Oh my god, it's already about to be 6 minutes. Okay, let's get into the actual thing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and go down in the description below, and follow me on my Instagram, and follow me on my Twitter. I do have Twitter. Follow me on my Twitter. Follow me on my TikTok, and also subscribe to my gaming channel that I never post on. Also, go down, press the notification bell, and once again, like and comment, and let's get into this video. Godly, that intro was so extremely long. Okay, let's go ahead and cut to the chase. So, my review of Ms.Marvel was not bad, needs work. I want to go into the fans' review first. The fans did not like this show at all. And I know why some of them didn't like it. And I just want to give my opinions on what I think about other people's opinions. Because I like to judge people. That sounds terrible. But that's technically what I'm doing right now. I'm just judging people. I'm judging people's opinions. And so I'm technically judging people. We already know why some people just didn't like the show in general. Because they weren't of color. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. But I get why another like few people didn't like the show. They already weren't with the show because they said like Kevin Feige announced that like they had to make a bunch of changes because the what are they called? The Inhumans are not in the MCU right now. And Ms.Marvel is an Inhuman, so they had to change her powers. They had to change her origin story because her whole origin story has to be different because what her original origin story is not in the MCU. And so they would have to go, if they did do it how the original was, they would have to just move forward and then go back to her. And we couldn't afford to do that because they need to have her ready by the time the Marvels come out. So they already need to have her story ready. My thing, so a lot of people were upset by that, and I got it because when I looked at how different she was, I was like, I get it. Like that's crazy. I don't look at the comics. I'm not a comic reader. I'm sorry, I'm not. But like, I was like, this seems kind of different. Like, apparently Bruno was like a trash person in the comics from what I understood. Like I said, I don't read the comics. I do a little information diving whenever I get into these shows just to know a little bit. And from what I've seen, Bruno was not a good person. Apparently, I think Cameron is a villain? Question mark? I'm not sure. But from what I've seen, it seems like in the comics he was a villain. Anyways, people were not liking that they changed up what happens in the comics. And so I got why some people were upset, but at the same time, I kind of didn't. Because, like, we all know the Marvel Cinematic Universe is never going to be, like, accurate towards the comics. And I also get that, like, they should be somewhat accurate towards the comics because the movies would not have happened without the comics. But at the same time, it's like, but they haven't always been that accurate towards the comics. And plus, a lot of people were mad because, like I said, they had to change comics. They had to make her a mutant. They made Ms.Marvel a mutant. They did not make her Inhuman. They made her a mutant. And I wasn't mad at that, but a lot of people were like, she's not a mutant. She's Inhuman. But at the same time, I'm like, why can't we just be hyped for the mutants? On top of the fact that I'm pretty sure they're going to make her an Inhuman at one point in time. I feel like they're going to do what they did with Wanda, where they first showed her and she was like experimented on, but like when we got to WandaVision, we found out like, no, she's the Scarlet Witch. She's always had these powers. She's always been like this. I think that's what they're going to do with Kamala. I'm sure right now they're going to call her a mutant, get a site for the X-Men, all that good nonsense. But I feel later on they're going to go, like, you're not a mutant, you're inhuman. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, I feel like that's going to happen later on, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I feel like that's going to happen. And even if it doesn't, who gives a... Okay, she's not an inhuman. I'm sorry. But it's like, we were okay with Scarlet not being like a mutant. Like, she wasn't a mutant. She was experimented on. We were okay with her just being like, oh, well, because we like Scarlet Witch. But I feel like it was already the thing of some people just didn't like Ms. Marvel from the get-go. Because I know a few people were already just not with the comics. And one of them was like, some guy was like, I'm not with the comics, but like, I feel as though they thought the show was going to be better than the comics because they didn't like the comics. And so when they heard that changes were being made, they were like, okay, this is good. Maybe they'll like it. And then they didn't. And just like I said, my opinion on that, it was like, I get why people were mad, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of don't get why you're all this mad about it. And I also get why some people just didn't like the show in general. Because I'm going to be honest, like I said, I enjoyed myself, but it wasn't like Marvel for me. Like, I'm not even gonna, let me not say that. It's not in my top. It is not in my top. It's definitely, unfortunately, it's at the bottom of my list when it comes to like Marvel shows. I'm just being honest here. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It just doesn't mean that it just means other shows were better. And but at the same time, I do think that Ms. Marvel could have used some type of work. I feel as though Ms. Marvel was too rushed. Storyline wise. I feel like storyline wise, so many of the characters were just so rushed. Like, I don't think like Kamala herself was rushed. I feel like everybody else around her was rushed. For instance, her parents. More specifically, her mom. So, at the beginning, her mom was like, I'm against this. I'm not for you. Like, you want to be this little cosmic being. And, like, she still was doing that. Like, whenever, like, whenever Kamala was, like, being a superhero, she was like, this girl is causing issues. Like, she's an issue. She's a problem. Like, my eyes look humongous in these glasses. My eyes is big. These are not like seeing glasses. Like, these are not reading glasses. These are glasses that, like, help me look at the screen. Because I look at the screen all day. They're screeners. They're, like, blue light glasses. But I just wanted to let y'all know that because I don't need like actual glasses. But and like her mom was like, yeah, these are just girls causing a bunch of issues, and I'm not for that, and her mother should be ashamed. And then the second she finds out that it's Kamala, she's like, I get it now. What? And someone pointed out to me, it was my aunt. My aunt pointed out, she said, well, her mom was already. Not Kamala's mom. Kamala's grandmother already pointed out to Kamala's mom that she thought there was something like powerful going on in their family. So I guess it shouldn't have been that shocking. And I was like, yeah, you have a point. But for me, I was like, as much as they made it seem like she was going to hate Kamala being a superhero, she should have been a little bit in denial. I'm not going to even lie to y'all. But I want her parents, though, of course, because I want her parents to be loving, understanding parents. But let's be honest here. It would have made more sense if the season ended and Kamala's mom resented her. Let's be honest here. It would have made more sense if the season ended and Kamala's mom resented her. I feel like the dad is lenient. I feel like the dad would have been like, I'm not gonna resent you. You're my daughter, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it would have made more sense if the mom was just like, no, I don't like you being a superhero. I don't like you doing this stuff. And if you're gonna do that, I don't know, kick her out. Something, guys. Like, let's be honest here. I feel like that was so, her mom's development was so quickly rushed, and you could tell they were trying to rush it because when it got to episode 4, they were like they were quickly trying to tell you the story of her and her mom. And I was just like, I get it, but like we're going so quickly, and I feel like we needed a little bit more time to marinate in that, you know? Just a little bit more time. And then there was another character that I thought was so rushed was Cameron's mom. I can't remember her name, but Cameron's mom, I was honestly a little annoyed by how rushed she was. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When it got to episode 5 and Kamala literally just told her to stop being a bad person after they opened the portal, and she was like, "You're right," and then like sacrificed herself, I was like, that was quick. That was quick. This is the same woman who killed Aisha, same woman who left her sons, the same woman who was about to kill everybody at a wedding without giving a care in the world. And she changed because Amala said, "Don't be bad." Come on. Like, let's be realistic here. Like, come on. Really? Seriously? I honestly didn't like... Episode 5 was going so well for me, personally, until we got back to, like, Kamala's time. Because the portal immediately opened and then immediately closed. And on top of that, like, it got rid of who I thought was going to be the main villain. Like, you cannot tell me that you didn't think that... You cannot tell me that you didn't think that, that that at episode 6 the main fight was going to be between Kamala and Bruno's Bruno's mother's gang, the Jinn. We'll call him Jinn. You cannot tell me that you didn't think that the main fight in episode 6 was going to be... You cannot tell me that you didn't think that the main fight... I don't even know how to word this. Okay, everybody thought, at least I feel like everybody thought that the main fight that was going to happen in episode 6 was going to be between Kamala and the Jinn. That's what I thought was going to happen. I feel like everybody thought that's what was going to happen. But that's not what happened. We ended up getting like some Disney Channel ass fight between Kamala with her friends and versus the secret society. We'll call them because I can't remember what they're called. The cleanup crew? We'll call them the cleanup crew for right now. We'll call them the cleanup crew. Yeah, it was between them and the cleanup crew shooting kids. Like, completely shooting kids. And Kamala's parents were just for that. Like, come on. Come on. And the story had fault lines. And I think that was my main problem. The story had so many fault lines. And like, I feel as though, because I'm going to talk about this in my Marvel thing. I feel as though the main thing Marvel was banking on was people just being excited about her powers. Like, I feel like in the last episode, it was like, oh, everybody's just gonna love the fact that she said embiggened. Everybody's gonna love the fact that she was a mutant. Everybody's gonna love the fact that Captain Marvel showed up at the end. And don't get me wrong, we all loved that stuff. But you can't just bank on that. I feel like you guys were so worried about the cameo and making sure that they did enough fan service that the storyline was just kind of like a half-ass thought to them. Like, I feel like they thought more about what do we want to do where Captain Marvel comes in the end. What do we want to do where we let people know she's a mutant? What do we want to do to make sure that she shows her powers and everybody gives hype for them? And then after that, they were like, okay, now let's do the storyline. And some characters, I just feel like we didn't get enough time. Zoe's character was also rushed. Zoe was just there at the end. She just happened to be there. Like, that was like stupid to me, be honest. When she was just like there at the end of episodes, when she's like, they tried to make me give you up. Well, I was in there doing TikTok stuff. I was like, sis, you're just here out of fucking nowhere. That makes no sense. And let me stop, because all right now, all I'm doing is pointing out like the bad. I want to point out the good. Kamala's character, I feel like, was so good. The girl who plays Kamal is adorable. I loved Aisha's backstory. Let's go into that. I loved Aisha's backstory. I loved that we got to got to know more about her, and just looking at Aisha, she's beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful. I did love when we learned that Kamala is a mutant. I love that we learned Kamala's a mutant. I was like, ooh, that's crazy. I love the first episode. The first episode was just really good to me. I very much enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed the ending in the beginning. I like the music. There's this music that they played in the freaking beginning of episode 3 and at the ending of episode 4. And it sounds really good. It's like dun, 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 dun. It had me stressed. I really like that music. I'm gonna go find it because it's somewhere on Twitter. People on Twitter were in love with that sound, and I was in love with it too. I love the culture. I loved how much culture it showed. I love that it was showing representation for, oh my God, I don't want to like say the wrong like race or like culture. Pakistani people. Please do not gut me in the comments. Please just correct me. I feel so bad right now. It was Pakistani? Am I wrong? We're not even gonna get into it. I love that they showed their culture. I love the representation they had. Please tell me exactly what the culture is. I feel so bad right now. Please tell me exactly what the culture is. But I loved all those things. All that good jazz. I loved the wedding episode. I didn't love the wedding episode, but I loved the wedding. The wedding was fun. And I loved how they showed us how it was done. That's how it needs to be done in America. Honestly, we need to be asked 3 times because some of y'all don't be sure, but y'all acting like y'all sure. Y'all need to be asked 3 times. Let's be honest here. I did it. Okay. Yes, I did it. I loved all that. Going back into the negative, I still feel as though it was very rushed. And honestly, I would like to have gotten to because like I said, I would have liked to gotten a little deeper into. I would have liked to gotten a little deeper into Kamala and Kamala's mom and Kamala's grandmother. I would have liked to got a little more about their backstory. I would have liked to know a little more. I feel like an extra episode or even 2 extra episodes would have done this series some type of good. Like, I feel as though it was so rushed and I just wanted more time with everybody. Like, for instance, I honestly don't know how to feel about Cameron. Like, I really don't know how to feel about Cameron. I don't know if he was like rushed or not. Like, I don't know how to feel about him. I mean, he was there. He had powers. Then, like, he found out his mother died and he was mad. But he was also there for us. I was just like, I don't know how to feel about him. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I feel like that leaves the door open for other stuff for him. But I wish we would have gotten a little more from him, you know? And I feel like Bruno was just like there. There was no like character development like at all, or like undevelopment. Like he was just there. He went to Cali. He was there. And someone pointed out, they said, I honestly think he was there just to be her Ned. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And I was like, did she have a Ned? And I'm not really sure if she had one. Like I said, I don't read the comics. Don't just tell me. Did she have somebody who was just smart and there for her? Once again, I say Zoe. I feel like her character was so completely rushed, especially when it came to her and um, what's her name? It's Kamala's friend, the girl. When it came to her and Zoe, I was like, I feel like they had some type of chemistry, and because I get it, the whole story was like she doesn't like her because she changed, because Zoe changed, and I was like, I wish we would have gotten a little more about that, but we didn't. I feel like we could have got so much more, or if they were gonna rush it this much, it should have just been a movie. Like, I feel like Ms.Marvel should have just exclusively, like, been a movie. Because the way they did it, it could have just been a movie. Like, there's certain shows that Marvel did that I was like, can't be a movie. There's also other shows I'm like, can be a movie. Like, for instance, for instance, fucking, what is this called? What is this called? What is this called? Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel could have been a movie. And just like that, I also feel like other shows could have just, like, other movies could have been shows. Like The Eternals. The Eternals should have been a movie. I mean, should have been a show. That shouldn't have been a movie. As many plot twists as it had, as many characters as it had, that should have been a show. And Moon Knight proved that it should have been a show, because the idea of them just like standing by and not doing anything was literally in Moon Knight, just proving that it should have been a show, because Moon Knight was a hit success. We're not even going to get into that though, because I can't wait to get into it on the freaking in the freaking Marvel video, cause I'm gonna go in on Moon Knight. I'm not even, we're not even, don't even don't even okay. But once again, I say yes, I feel like either they should have made it longer, or it should have been a movie. And it could have been like a long, because like no one was gonna look crazy. Marvel's known for doing the longest movies. Freaking Endgame was 3 hours. It was 3 hours. I wouldn't have been looking crazy if they made Ms. Marvel movie and it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. I wouldn't have been looking like that. I would have been like, well, that's a Marvel movie for you. That's a Marvel movie for you. And so I would have been like, sure, let's go ahead and watch this. Let's see what Ms. Marvel's about. Personally, I feel like if they were going to do that, they should have just made it a movie, because it's more understanding when it's rushed, because it's a movie. We have to do this. You have to tell the story. You have to tell this. You have to tell that. And I mean, the same thing can be done with the show. And I get it. They only had 6 episodes, but once again, you could have chose to make it more episodes, just like you did with WandaVision, because you knew that you need to get a whole story out with WandaVision. And you also need to get a whole story out with Ms. Marvel. But that brings me back to, I feel like the storyline wasn't that important to them. I feel like the storyline wasn't like as important as like other shows. I feel like it wasn't as important as showing these cameos. I feel like it wasn't as important as just getting the story out. And I get it, we need to get the story out because the Marvels is going to happen and we need to have Kamala known before the Marvels happen. But like, you have time. You have time and you have the fandom and you have the money. No one's going to be telling you, ooh, why would you make this longer? No one. At least not me. You have the fandom. You have enough fandom to go, we're going to make sure y'all get the full story. Because there's real fans who want the full story. There's other fans who are just there for the cameos, who are just there for the shocks and values and you know, the shock value and all that. But there's other fans who are like, no, I want the story. That's just me though. That's my personal opinion. I feel as though Ms. Marvel was good. It was good. I feel as though like I said, I loved the culture. I loved the backstory that we got with Aisha. I loved those pacing times. I loved Kamal. I loved I loved certain parts of it, but there were so many parts where I was just like, now if only it was a little slower. If only it was a little slower. If only we got to know a little bit of more about a little bit more about Kamala's mom and Kamala's grandmother. If only we slowed down with the whole cleanup crew attacking them. If only we slowed down with Cameron's mom just immediately switching sides. If only we slowed down with Kamala's mom just immediately being okay with it. If only we slowed down just a little bit, I feel as though this could have been a great show. And I feel as though so many, because people were ready to hate on this show. And I feel like Marvel not putting their best foot forward just gave people the boost they needed. And I feel like if they would have just came in here with the story just completely blazing through, they couldn't have beat them. But at the same time, it reminds me like you can't, but there's also fans you just can't please, because while there were fans who were like, I'm kind of mad that we didn't get a lot of, I'm bringing back WandaVision. So many fans were mad at the ending because they didn't get the cameo of Doctor Strange or this and that, and it focused more on the story than it did on the shock value. Well, I feel as this focused more on the shock value than it did the story, and fans were mad at it. And so sometimes you just can't please the fans, but more people liked WandaVision because more people liked the story. And a lot of people did not think WandaVision was going to be good. And this just shows the difference between what happens when you choose the fans and what happens when you choose the story. Because WandaVision got so much more love because people... I lost my train of thought. WandaVision got so much more love, and people were not. I remember thinking, I don't think WandaVision is going to succeed, and it did amazing. Some people were mad at the ending, that's them, but it did amazing. Wow, I feel like Ms.Marvel, some people were like, it didn't succeed, and it didn't. It didn't really succeed when you think about it, because it didn't get all that stuff. But people liked the ending because they wanted that cameo. That's what they was looking for. That's the one thing they were interested in. And right now, I feel like they're picking quantity over quality. Yeah. Quantity over quality. But what they're failing to realize is quantity succeeds better. WandaVision succeeded. Once again, Ms.Marvel, not a bad show. But when it comes to quantity over quality, they chose quantity. They did not choose quality. And the show was good, but it could have been so much better. It could have been so much more intriguing. Because I'm going to be honest, if I was saying I'm gonna go ahead and if someone was to come up to me and go, hey, so I'm thinking about getting into Marvel Universe, I'm gonna watch Ms.Marvel, I would go. I wouldn't suggest that being your first show. I would suggest Moon Knight. I suggest not Loki, because that's like you'd have to watch other stuff to know that. No, I suggest Moon Knight. I wouldn't suggest Ms.Marvel, which is very sad because I liked Ms.Marvel. They got me invested. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't gonna watch the Marvels, but I want to see Captain Rambeau. I want to see Ms.Marvel. I mean, it almost like it kind of makes me want to go watch Captain Marvel, because I never watched it, and a lot of people said it was bad and stuff. And of course, I know I shouldn't be like judging on other people's opinions, but like people are like, it's bad, don't waste your time. And at the time, I wasn't like a huge Marvel fan, so I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I just started becoming a Marvel fan because I watched Black Panther, and I was like, ah. But when people were like, no, I was like, oh, okay, I'll take your word for it. So like, but Ms.Marvel made me go, maybe I should watch it. Maybe I should give it a chance. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. But I wouldn't say it was good enough for me to go, I'm going to defend it to the dirty end. I'm going to go, it's not good enough for me to go, I think you're wrong about this. I think you're wrong about the show being bad. Because I don't think the show was bad. But I'm not going to say somebody's wrong with their opinion. I like everybody else, I'd probably be like, I really strongly disagree with you that this show was bad. Like, I don't see why you think that. But other people, I have to be honest, like, I see why people think Ms. Marvel's bad. Do I think they're right? No. Do I see why they think that? Yes. And I see that, I see why they think that a lot more than I see why people would think WandaVision's bad, or why people think Loki's bad, or why people think Moon Knight is bad, or why people think Hawkeye is bad. Fight me. Fight me. We're going to be fighting in that next video. And honestly, I would have defended it more if Marvel had just put, from what I feel like, I don't feel like they put quite as much effort as they should have. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. I think that's going to be a wrap on that. Okay, that is it for this video, guys. Please go down in the comments. Tell me your opinions on Ms. Marvel. What did you think? What do you think about the fans' opinions? Do you think it's a bad show? Do you think it's a good show? Do you think it's a great show? Are you with me where you're like, it's a great show, but it needs work? Please go down there. Tell me all your opinions. Don't forget to like. I already said comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post every 2 years. And go down in the description. Follow me on my Instagram. Follow me on my TikTok. And I think I said my Twitter earlier. So go ahead, if I put my Twitter down, follow me on my Twitter. I'll be saying some wild stuff on Twitter, I'm be honest. Follow me on my Twitter. And go subscribe to my gaming channel, which I never post on. I plan on posting on there soon, guys. I can't remember what gameplay I want to post, but I want to post some type of gameplays. The next I'm a story. I like storyline stuff. So go down in the comments. Tell me some like storyline games y'all want me to play. Please and thank you, because I'm a sucker for storyline video games. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much, and that is it. Bye. What do I say? Because I thought my catchphrase was gonna be like, please don't take this down, YouTube. Please don't take this down, YouTube. But I don't think this is gonna get taken down. So what would I say? Please get some more views, YouTube. Please give me more views, YouTube. Please give me more views. I don't know. That doesn't sound good. What's gonna be it? What is it gonna be? Are we just gonna stick to please don't take this down, YouTube? I think we're gonna stick to that. Yeah. That's gonna one, if I become famous, that's gonna be on a t-shirt. Please don't take this down, YouTube. Please don't take this down, YouTube. Please don't take this down, YouTube. Bye.